Thank you.
สวัสดีค่ะ Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sasipa Nathasambun. So I'm recently graduated from Chulalongkorn University with a master degree in music education. I will be start working as a music teacher in Panyaden International School, Chiang Mai in October. So today I will present about guidelines for applying positive psychology in music school teaching for beginners. Topics today that I will be talking about is positive psychology, mindset, meaning, activities, and feedback. Yes. So what is positive psychology? Positive psychology initiated by Seligman aims to gain a deeper understanding of positive emotions, positive traits, and positive institution. Seligman described 5 factors of well-being, which is positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishments. So let's see. Positive emotion is the feeling positive that we feel joy, gratitude, interest, and hope. This one we easily notice in our classroom from student face when they smile, when they laugh. Engagement, that means being fully absorbed in activities that use your skill but still challenge you. This part I will talk more in activities part. Relationships, having positive relationships. Of course, in our music classroom, we need to work with parents, students. So parents, student, and teacher must have positive relationships. Meaning it's about belonging to and serving something you believe is bigger than yourself. We need to find meaning in our music classroom. This part I also will have in the next one. Accomplishment is pursuing success, winning, achievements, and mastery. So I did some review about PERMA and adapt it with music teaching. I have been thinking that now I have theory, but how to apply all this theory into practical. Before you want to teach our students to be happy with music lesson, you need to start yourself with is your mindset. We want to teach children to love challenge, be intrigued by mistake, enjoy effort, and keep on learning. Could what you believe about yourself impact your success or failure? According to Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck, she has found that it is your mindset that plays a significant role in determining achievement and success. So what is exactly is mindset? Mindsets refer to whether you believe in qualities such as intelligence and talents are fixed or changeable traits. People with fixed mindset believe that qualities are inborn, fixed, and unchangeable. Those with a growth mindset, on the other hand, believe that these abilities can be developed and strengthened by way of hard work and commitment. How can we teach our students to have a growth mindset? Children who are taught that they should look smart instead of loving learning tend to develop a fixed mindset. They become more concerned with how they are being judged and fear that they might not have lived up to expectation. Growth mindset. Children who are taught to explore, embrace new experience, and enjoy challenge are more likely to develop a growth mindset. Rather than seeing mistakes as setbacks, they are willing to try new things and make errors in our name of learning and achieving their potentials. If some of you are music teacher, you would have seen some of these situations. Like, I'm not good at music, teacher. I'm really not good. You should try to help them think that I can be better at music if I practice. Or this song is too hard. I'm not gonna play it. This is going to take some practice, but I can do it. Or I give up. I think I will try some of strategies I have learned. I hate making mistakes. Mistake can help me learn. She is so good at singing. I will never be that good. I'm going to figure out what she's doing and try it. Okay. Next part is how to create meaning in our music classroom. I have some case study for you. How would you feel and what will you do if you have students like this case study? First one, Kevin loves to learn music. He's always practice and make fast progress every week. This one, how would you feel? What would you think? It's good, right? So it will be easy for us to start right away. It's nothing very complicated. And number two, Poi doesn't like or hate to learn music. She comes to lesson just because her parents want her to learn music. We face this quite often, that we have students that don't hate or don't like music but don't have any motivation. So it's our job to add some motivation for her to like music, maybe starting from what song she like, or she can plan a lesson together with music teacher so she will have some purpose to study. Grace doesn't like to learn music anymore because her last teacher was very mean to her during last lesson. So this student come with negative attitudes toward music. So we need to understand them first, staying with the negative attitudes, and we need to solve that problem and start to prove to her that we are not that mean teacher. It's gonna take time for this case. I would like to tell you that student attitudes toward music is really important for us to understand. They will have student with positive attitude toward music, or student with neutral attitudes toward music, or student with negative attitudes toward music. How to create meaning? We need to encourage the value of learning music in students, providing opportunities for students to plan music lesson with the instructor, considering the learner's need. Remember that when a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment which it goes, not the flowers. Next part is activities. Happiness is just not only having fun in classroom, but how can we create a happy and effective music learning for students? Karl Orff once said that, tell me and I forget, teach me I may remember, involve me and I learn. So this part I will talk about how can we involve students. Have you ever been so involved in doing something and you feel like you lost track of time? Your attention was so focused entirely on what you were doing, and you were so engaged that you might even miss your lunch, or you feel energized, even joyful about what you were doing. So the model shows the emotional state that we are likely to experience when we are trying to complete a task, depending on the difficulty of the challenge and our perception of the skill level. This one is challenging level and skill level. For example, if the task isn't challenging and it doesn't require a lot of skill, so we are likely to feel a party towards it. But if facing a challenge task without a lot of skill, we might face anxiety or worry. To find a balance, we need a challenge that's significant and interesting. We need a well-developed skills. This moves us to a position where we can experience flow. This one. So we must know student level or student skill level to create activities that match with that skill. The last part is about giving feedback. This one is really important in our positive psychology. I will give you post-it. You will have 3 each, and you need to write 1, 2, 3 in each post-it I gave you. Okay. Okay, So I will have case study for you. What would you say? In the real situation, we won't have much time to think what are we going to say to them. The first one, Ben, in the first post-it, we will say, what would you say if Ben just won a piano competition for the first time? He has been practicing piano very hard. What would you say? You can write it down.
How long would you let them write?
1
5
minute.
seconds. 1 minute.
1 minute. Number 2, Katie practiced violin very hard, but her performance wasn't as good as her expectations. Number 3, Jane doesn't have much time to practice. She only makes the slow progress every week. What would you say to them? Okay. Next one, I would like you to put here. Do you think your comments your feedback is describing or judging them? If you think describing, you can put it this side, and judging, you put it this side.
It's hard. Looks like it's a little hard. Okay. Describing. Could you give example more about describing, for instance?
Describing on, like, you don't say they are good or bad, but you say, look at you, you did it, see how have you been practiced really hard? This is describing, but it's judging. Congratulations, you did well. You are judging them. Yes.
Can I have the questions again, please?
Yeah. Could you
Yes.
go back one
Yes, can you
slide?
go?
Could you go back one slide?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. That'll be first. So this is an exam. Everybody will get a grade when you get out from this room, A, B, or C. First question is not too hard, right? Ben just won a piano competition for the first time. He has been practicing piano very hard. What would you say?
Okay, come, I want to.
Ta-da.
ตรงนี้ได้เลยค่ะ
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up for the first question. Then the second question, Kathy practices violin very hard, but her performance wasn't as good as her expectation.
Okay.
What would you say?
Okay. Okay. Thumbs up. Let me see.
This is a not multiple choice question, so it's kind of longer than you thought, right?
Okay.
And the last one, Jane doesn't have much time to practice. She only makes the slow progress every week.
Thumbs up. It's okay to get wrong. I will read it again. Yes.
Sasipa will help you put on the right track. So don't worry, just give it to her. In the meantime, would you like to tell
Yes.
uh,
Okay.
what are the answers?
I will give some example of what you describing. Very good. This is the result of your hard work. Okay, this kind of like judging and describing in the same time. And good job is might be on judging. Judging is like you do good job. I'm proud of you. Yes, you're judging them. You do your best. I'm proud of you. Okay, that's correct. Okay, let's see what is describing or judging. So expective praise rely on describing, not judging. Teacher should describe on effort or accomplishment you see from the student. Student ask to be seen, not judged. Teacher tend to judge instead of seeing. Like just like I say, look at you, you made it because of your hard work. We try to complete on their efforts. Link your student action to judgment and certification instead of tangible rewards. Focus on efforts and the small step they take, not only the touchdown. Praise is about forcing our judgment of who we think they should be onto our students, but encouragement is about accepting children for who they are. If you replace seeing with judging too often, the excited 5 years old who shout, "Teacher, look at me, I can play this song," they will grow into an anxious 8 years old who asks, "Teacher, is this okay? Did I do it right?" So how we praise children can be encouraging or discouraging. Yet new skill cannot be developed unless we change ourselves first. So if we want to create positive music lesson, we must start with ourselves to have a growth mindset. To believe that our student can learn or can improve, then you can teach students to have growth mindset too. About meaning, we encouraging the value of learning in students, providing opportunities for students to plan music lesson with instructor, considering the student needs. Activities, challenge matched with student skills. Feedback, we tend to describing on student effort, not judging. I will end this presentation with this quote by Shinichi Suzuki. When love is deep, much can be accomplished. If your student love to learn music, they will have that instant motivation to accomplish anything. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. I think she was trying to get her done within the 20 minutes, but I'm sure some of the slides are very important, and we still have a few more minutes. I would like to take this opportunity to ask her and run back to last few slides that said the differences between the praise and encouragement, right? Because right now it is kind of blur in between the distance between describing and judging.
Judging.
Okay, would you like to give more details or guidance?
Example.
Yeah, example of this one.
Okay.
This part is about describing, right? This is describing. According to the PowerPoint, describing is good, right?
Yes. This one. Okay.
So describing is good. Let's see who is the winner.
Okay, I will give example about judging. If you say you do good job, very often they don't know what the good job is. You didn't describe the good job they did. And sometimes if you only say good job, they will focus on the result.
To
more.
be good, to
Yes,
be good
to
job.
be good, to be good job.
So this is good, but
Yes.
could be better, right?
Could be better.
Yeah,
If
could
you
be better.
maybe you can add some more description after you say good job. Yes.
For example, good job that you do.
That you practice hard. This is the result of practice hard.
Practicing hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this
It's the winner.
the winner.
That's the second place, right?
You can do. Ah. This one is quite nice, I guess. You can do it even slow progress, but you still can try to do it. This is describing. I think it's from this second example. Yes, maybe from Katie,
From Katie.
or from Jane, but not so sure.
Katie
Yes.
practices violin very hard, but her performance wasn't as good as her expectation.
Yes.
So the teacher say what?
See,
Could you repeat that again, please?
you can do it even it's slow progress, but you still can do
You still can do it, even it is slow.
slow.
Ta-da! Is this a winner?
Yes.
One of the top 3. Who did this?
No.
Who
I'm
did
raising
this?
my hand for a question.
Oh, okay,
No.
great.
Ah,
Okay,
sure.
please ask some
Yes,
question.
I would love to know how you'd respond to number 3, because number 1 is like quite obviously a job has been well done. He has worked hard and has achieved a tangible result. And in case number 2, she clearly needs encouragement because she is discouraged and upset.
Yes.
But number 3 is neutral because it's not clear whether she's upset at all, whether her progress is slow. I didn't get a post-it because I didn't know the activity, so I just
Okay.
didn't ask for one. But like my personal reply might have been like, maybe we talk about how serious is she about the instrument, because it's okay to have very slow progress if she's not serious or if she's very young, like that's absolutely okay.
Yes.
But I think maybe if she's preparing to go university or if she's at university,
Uh-huh.
like you know you can't just say, oh, it's fine if you don't have time to practice. You
Oh.
know, you can't say that.
Well.
How can you be encouraging and describe but still make it clear that you aren't doing enough now? Like you still need to be clear that you can't just be nice, you know? Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the question. I agree with you, but for my research, this one I am doing in beginners, for student beginners. So I think from the age that they are beginning to learn music, they are still in the age about 7 to 12 years old. So they may have a lot of activities, and music is only one activities that they choose. So teacher really need to understand student that not every student want to be a musician. We need to talk to them and understand, and maybe we will find what is the reason that she doesn't have much time, so we can understand them and help them plan the practice schedule.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That is-
Yeah, so that's about the same lah. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Sorry, because we came in late.
That's all right. Great question. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other good questions? Please. We still have a few more minutes. Actually, the flow theory can answer your question very well too. If you can, could you put back to the flow theory? Yeah, I believe you were trying to say something close or related to this one for the graduate or undergraduate student. If you know how challenge, right? How
Yes.
challenge the task is.
We need to have challenge that match with student skill level, so they won't feel so a lot of anxiety if it's too hard, or if it's too easy they might feel bored or apathy toward our lesson. You might have like a little bit harder than student skill to feel flow and engage in our classroom. Yes. Okay.
Thank you. Any other
Thank you.
questions? Okay. If no,
Okay.
could you give me a big applause, please?
Thank you so much.
And we will have a quick break for you to have